economic rituals, plus this tragic event that just took place last night. A lot of October surprises happening in October. But I find it fascinating that it's all taking place at bowling alleys, which is the Tetactris, probably saying it wrong. But it's one of the most oldest esoteric magical symbols on the planet, going back to Pythagoras. And that's what the bowling pins are. If you remember last year around this time, Halloween So-In, you had one of the biggest rappers on the planet, Takeoff, was assassinated at a bowling alley. And if you go back to 420, you had that tragic event that took place bowling for Columbine. So a lot of this stuff with bowling alleys seems to be occult, in my opinion, through the symbols. Now, this tragic event that took place at this bowling alley, on their social media pages, they showed the bowling shoes 33 and 32. 33 being a mystical number in Freemasonry, and 32 being the 32 pathways. As you see this 32 pop up and these symbols pop up in these rituals, that is charging energetically with bloodshed and souls ascending. Now, this is the Las Vegas event that took place on the 32nd floor with the keyhole Polaris, the 8-pointed star, which is a gateway portal. In the 32, you could read about in Aleister Crowley's Kabbalistic 7-7 writings, Beyonce winning the 32 Grammys this year, Kobe during the Grammys died and they hung up his jersey, which equals 32. And you got Lotto 777 has the 32 in her advertising as well. And here, as you could see, the Mandalay Bay symbol, but you also got the 8-pointed star right here of Polaris right above the keyhole. And this is symbolism for the gateway portals. As you can see, the phallic, the keyhole, and at the top is the 8-pointed star for Polaris. It's the gateway portal symbolism that we even see in the bowling movie, The Big Lebowski. Big Lebowski shows the Star of Ishtar, or Polaris, the 8-pointed star. And it's a bowling movie full of occult symbology and Sodomic rituals. The checkerboard floor you can see right here. So all this occult stuff connected with bowling is very, very well documented. And this tragic event that just took place at a bowling alley, and all these symbols are there. You got the 32, the 33. Here are some more symbols of that 8-pointed star in Hollywood films like The Big Lebowski. You got Eyes Wide Shut about the Illuminati party, and you can see this Polaris star, Ishtar, all over the entire film. But here is this bowling alley. You go inside it. Shout out to Jacob Israel. He called me last night right when it was breaking and shared this with me, that it looks like blood splatter on the wall. You're just in time. Just in Time is the name of the bowling alley. As you can see, the checkerboard floor right there. But it's the blood splatter. Not only that, but the entrance that had this tragic event. It says, choose your weapon, right when you enter the door. Now, the guy who chose his weapon and entered the door, he was hearing voices in his head. And he has a connection to the military. He was a retired military officer. Before this happened, he was hearing voices in his head saying terrible things. A couple months ago, he got a high-powered hearing aid, and it was picking up voices that he never heard before. How crazy is that? Articles from 1974 of voice-to-skull technology, where you can implant thoughts into somebody's head, called voice-to-skull technology. That's when the Beatles broke up, and the Beatles will be releasing a new song on this Hunter Moon. As we all know, the Beatles are heavily involved with the occult and psychedelics and mind control. The Son of Sam serial killer, the area of enigma of killers who hear voices in their head telling them to do things, just like Mark David Chapman, who killed John Lennon. That the guy that did this event, and his name is RC. And RC is like Rosicrucian. RC, the guy who built the Guidestones, was named RC, and this guy's initials were RC, which goes into symbolism for the Rosicrucians, which does use that tetrakids, the oldest ancient mystical symbol, very ancient mystical symbol, one of the most powerful ones, which is the bowling pin. It's quite interesting. Here's the bowling pins. So bowling, there is this occult connection to it. In these major events that take place, like at Tops grocery store, the Tops logo is the hexagon, which is Saturn, but the guy was wearing the black sun symbol on his shirt. So you see all these symbols in these events that are leading to the ending of. And here is the cover of Bowling for Columbine, as those kids went bowling before it, and you can see the bullets with the bowling pins. Takeoff was gunned down and assassinated at a bowling alley, and there was a lot of symbology in that. Now this place that this guy walked into, that inside that bowling alley, this painting had blood splatter just in time. On the door, it says, choose your weapon, plus the whole 32 thing that we see in the 33 with the shoes. Now, even their food plates, their plates that they serve food, is the alchemical process, the color coding of alchemy, the magnum opus, which is black, white, yellow, red. Their plates, black, white, yellow, red. Even the sauce. In October happening, the October surprise. October is the Octothorpe, which is the 8. Octo is the octopus, the 8. Even Mike Pence is posing in front of the octopus, just like Greta Thunberg has been posing in front of the octopus in October. And the Squid Games will be released. The squid is the octopus on JFK's assassination date, November 22nd. But here's the Squid Games. As you can see, the Squid Games, this is the magnum opus, the triangle in the circle on the checkerboard floor. Just like in the bowling movie, The Big Lebowski, you got the checkerboard floor, and you can see all the bowling pins on their hats. As you can see, the Hollywood squares, this is the 9 square district of New Haven, 322 Skull and Bones. The 9 original Knights Templars. The Brady Bunch used it. And I guess this was an old show, the Hollywood Squares. It's all connected to the Templars. And the Octothorpe, right? The Octothorpe is that tic-tac-toe. And we're in October. Here's a bowling alley that's in Black Ops right here, which could be predictive programming as well with the video games. And here's the Big Lebowski. The Big Lebowski has more symbolism. He signs a check on 9/11 during George Bush's speech. George Bush's speech is happening while he signs a 9/11 check. Just like in the movie The Matrix, his passport expired on 9/11, 2001, when 9/11 happened. And Andrew Tate, who talks about The Matrix, went to prison and was released on the day The Matrix was released. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Look out for a lot more content. Is Donut and
Tommy Truthful.
Much love and God bless you.
We love y'all.
That's pretty good. But try it like this. Donut.